Good afternoon. Abaton
Afternoon, sir.
Tolulope. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce it anyway. Good afternoon, sir. I think I'm getting some feedback. Good
Afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
Mr. Michael Oluwatoba. Madam Monaji, good afternoon. You are the first to join us this afternoon, ma. All right, let's start.
Thank you, sir. Good
Ayomikun,
afternoon, sir.
good afternoon,
You're
ma.
welcome.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said in
Well,
the
sir.
morning, today is a day loaded with a lot of fundamental activity. If you see, the market has been very quiet since morning, and it's all due to the events that we're having today. Notwithstanding, we'll still analyze and give projections as to the expectations that we have of the market. Just a second. All right. So we'll check the fundamentals and we'll look at the charts also if there's any setup that we can give advice on. Definitely we'll do that. So by 1:15 p.m., which is less than 30 minutes from now, there'll be ADP non-farm employment change from the United States. And it will be followed by 1:30 by the advanced GDP quarterly. But let's look at the ADP non-farm employment change. It measures the estimated change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry and government. Actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. And by 1:30, we're looking at the annualized change in the inflation adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. Again, actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So we're going to be putting our focus on the dollar this afternoon session. 1:30 also, there'll be advanced GDP price index. But my focus is actually this ADP non-farm employment change. It always comes up, before the NFP, which is Friday. 2:45 p.m. there'll be news from Canada interest rates, everything about rates. And we'll look at the Canadian dollar pairs rather, that we might, put our attention on as that news approaches. Then later tonight again, 7 p.m. is FOMC, but let's concern ourselves more with the afternoon session. The dollar, the American dollar, and the Canadian dollar. Those are the two major instruments we're putting our attention on. All right, so I'll go over to the chart now and we'll look at what to expect. Now, I said this in the morning. On a long term, we're bullish on the dollar. On a short term, we're bearish on the dollar. It all depends on the outcome of the news this afternoon. But then I'll look at the USD And this is my view of the USD I said it in the morning that price is trading around this region. We have a support turned resistance. Price is currently trading within that resistance. If the data comes out bad for the dollar, we may have a minor retracement here, which will be price going in the bearish direction. Otherwise, if it comes out good, price will definitely break that support on resistance and keep climbing higher. That's what we're seeing on the daily time frame. If we go down to 4 hour, 1 hour. Now, the 1 hour time frame, what I'm seeing at the moment is what is looking like the formation of a head and shoulder pattern, which might lead to a breakout, provided the data comes out bad for the dollar. So this will be my view for the news by 1:15 p.m., which is just some 18 minutes away. In technical analysis, we trade what we see. If the data comes out bad for the dollar, then I expect price to break out below this line into some, minor selling opportunity. However, if the data comes out good for the dollar, any breakout above this resistance line up here is a buy. Breakout below the trend line is a sell. Breakout above the trend line is a buy. That's my outlook for the afternoon session. So what I'll do now is that I'll post a sell stop signal because that looks more like what I'm seeing, except the direction changes. That's what I'm seeing on the USD CHF. So I'm going to put a sell stop order right now. I'll post it in the group on this comment section and also in the 5X group. So we're going to do a sell stop order USD CHF sell stop at 0.80384. Take profit at TP1 at 0.80251, TP2 at 0.80091, and stop loss at 0.80. Just a second. All right, 0.80625. All right, so that's it. I'm posting it now on the comment section. So that's it. Do a sell stop order right now on USDCHF. Now you can see it's already 1 p.m. and the candle that closed, the last candle closed as a rejection candle. That's already giving us an insight that there's a possibility we may have that downward move that I just anticipated. So let's just watch out for it by 1:15 p.m. It's just exactly 14 minutes away from now. I'm trying to post it also in the 5X group so that those on that group can likewise take the trade. Okay, I think I'll just post it to raw now. I will do the adjustments as necessary later on because of time. Because there's a format we use in posting on 5X. I'll drop it now. Later on, I will adjust it. All right, so that's the signal I have for us. This is a signal for the afternoon session. Sorry, for the news we are expecting in the next 15 minutes. All right. Let's check other instruments. Yeah, we said we're also expecting the news from Canada. Bank of Canada, the interest rate news event is coming up also this afternoon. So we check a few Canadian dollar pairs and how they may react to this news. This is the Euro card. The Euro card closed as a rejection candle yesterday on this support level. So if the data comes out bad for the Canadian dollar, that may lead to some slight bullish movement on the Euro card. So I hold a bullish outlook on the Euro card ahead of the news by I think that's 1:30 thereabouts. Sorry, that's 2:45 p.m. For the Canadian dollar. I'm bullish on the Euro card. Let me check a couple of other instruments again. Okay, I think that suffices for the card. We're bearish on the USD We're bullish on the Euro card. Then I have a technical setup that I'm watching. Gold is ranging at the moment, sir. I'm watching the GBP AUT. This is the GBP AUD. By 2 p.m., if you're a swing trader, you can trigger a buy on GBP AUD, provided this candle remains, completely outside of the trend like you're seeing it. But this is my analysis. We have an inverse head and shoulder pattern on GBP AUD. Now, this point here is a confluence because we have a support zone, a trend line from the daily time frame, and an inverse head and shoulder all combined. So this point is a confluence zone. By 2 p.m. this afternoon, if this candle remains above the trend line, you can trigger a buy on the GBP AUD. It's for swing traders. Now you may say, but I have small accounts, I want to trade it. It's not a problem. Just make sure you don't exceed 0.01 lot on any account less than $200 to take this trade, and take just one trade if you want to take it. Take one trade on 0.01 lot and buy GBP AUD by 2 p.m. The timing is very important because that's the time the next 4-hour candle will open. So let's take note of that. And the price is projected to, at least, let me say, for the sake of those who may have a small account size, the recent highs can be profit levels. If you're taking one trade, which I advise, if you have just a small account, I advise you to just take one profit level. And the recent one is this one, the line I've drawn above, which is about 100 pips away. That can give you $10 if you have an account less than $200. If you have an account that's bigger, maybe it's on $500 and you're trading on 0.01 or a little above that, you can still take a TP2. We can give close to 300 pips. On 0.01, that's about $30. On 0.02, that's about $60. And if your account is bigger, like 1,000, and you're trading on maybe 0.02 lots, you can take the TP3 also, which can give as much as 400 pips. So this is a key setup I've been watching, and it's materializing just as analyzed. But like I said, the time for entry is 2 p.m. All right, that'll be all from my end this afternoon. A little recap: we've analyzed 3 instruments this afternoon. The USD CHF, and we're bearish on it ahead of the news. The news will be released in the next 7 minutes. Take note of that. Then we've looked at uh the Euro card. We're bullish on the Euro card ahead of the news from Canada. Looking at the fact that the data may come out bad for the Canadian dollar, which might trigger the Euro card. And thirdly, we're bullish on the GBP AUD. This is purely a technical setup, and it's a swing setup. Swing means the trade may be carried over till tomorrow or beyond. So you need to note that. If you know you have a small account and it's not for you, then don't bother. Those who are swing traders, they understand how it goes and they can take the trade. All right, that will be all from our end this afternoon. If you have a question, you can post it while we round up. Don't forget Friday, we're having our NFP live trading by 1:15 p.m. Make sure you join us. All right. So in the absence of any questions, we're closing right here. Take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
I'm here, ma'am.
Sir, please, I don't know if you can highlight a Euro NZD for us. Yes, sir.
Euro NZD. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is one of my outlook for the week. I said a head and shoulder, but are you on a trade already, ma, or you are yet to enter?
Yes, sir. On a sell. Yes.
You're on a sell. Well, it's just ranging, but it will likely continue selling.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. Bye, sir.
Mukhtar Garba, you joined late. Yes, the recorded version will be posted shortly. Just watch out in your group to get it and you can watch it again.